28 Years Later hits theaters this Friday, and I think it's important to talk about its visionary filmmaker, Danny Boyle. He would kick off his resume with two bangers in the 90s. Shallow Grave is a great thriller in the spirit of Alfred Hitchcock, but it's brought to life by this kinetic, cool Britannia aesthetic that effectively delves into themes of greed and how it makes people go crazy by looking at a story around three flatmates in quite a conundrum. Trainspotting is hard to watch, but it's an engaging two-part fable through the lens of addiction, and it is defined by Danny Boyle's stylish direction, great performances, and a banger soundtrack. Its success would allow Boyle to get pretty commercial and work with major studios. A Life Less Ordinary was marketed as a crime comedy, but eventually it experiments with fantasy, and what it was going for just never really landed. I think The Beach is decent, but the book is way better. The existential themes are there, but they're not as effective, but great cinematography and a solid soundtrack definitely help. 28 Days Later was the pick-me-up Boyle needed in the early 2000s. It's an experimental take on the zombie film that goes to deep-thinking thematic places. It checks all the boxes of Boyle's stylish direction and constantly manages to keep you on the edge of your seat. He only executive produced 28 Weeks Later, and I think it's a fair enough follow-up. It's watchable. I see it more as a spin-off, and it's definitely nowhere near its predecessor. Millions is Boyle trying to do something a little more lighthearted while keeping things gritty, but it's never really realized, and I think it's a forgettable film that's gotten lost in the shuffle of his resume. Now, Sunshine is a great blend of a sci-fi thriller and space horror film. It should have been a big hit for Boyle, but it was the victim of really bad marketing. But these two movies would be his run through the awards circuit. When it comes to the popularity and impact of Slumdog Millionaire, I feel it's more a product of its time. But it's a decent, genre-blending film that looks at themes of chance and circumstance and plays out like a gritty Bollywood thriller meets R-rated Disney fairy tale. 127 Hours is a great survival drama. It might make you feel queasy, but it's a reminder that Danny Boyle is a great visual storyteller who brings a lot of emotion to his work. And ever since, his resume is really just kind of flip-flopped. Trance has a good idea for a heist thriller, but ultimately it plays out as dull and forgettable. Steve Jobs is a solid biopic. It's working off a great script from Aaron Sorkin, looks at three specific moments in its subject matter's life, and through its stylish direction plays out like a three-act psychedelic opera. T2 Trainspotting may not be as good as Trainspotting, but it's a solid legacy sequel, and I definitely enjoyed spending a little more time with these characters. The best thing about Yesterday is that it reminds you how great the music of the Beatles is, and how no one did it better than the Beatles, but other than that, I think it's a dull, lifeless, generic, by-the-book rom-com.